My name's Ian. I play guitar, and I play guitar in a thrashy, grindy, hardcore mess that we call Hoax. So, this guitar is a Gibson Explorer shape that was made by my stepdad, because my stepdad is well, he's retired now, but he was semi-retired at the time and needed something to do, really. He used to be an engineering lecturer at MkIII College, went to MkIII College, and he made this for me because I asked him to. It's chambered, because it's using active pickups, so it's not nearly as heavy as a normal Explorer, which is why I get to wear it solo and not hurt my back. Any back pain is caused by my obesity. The neck, now, I wasn't right happy with the neck, because, yeah, I wanted a maple one, but I expressly asked for the headstock to go that way, and we got one going this way. We got a righty, which I'm not very pleased about, but I'm now too lazy to change. So every gig bag that this has ever gone in, this bit's gone in, and this is always poked up and not quite fit. So the end of this looks like a broom, and it's quite dirty. But what are you gonna do? Still plays fine. It's got Spurzler-esque tuners, lock-in tuners, which are really good for helping your tuning stability. Tunematic bridge, and it's got an EMG 81 and a 60. 2 volume, 2 tone, and I get very confused by them, particularly the tone ones. I will plug this in and all this get up, and I won't sound right, and I won't have worked out why I haven't sounded right for about 3 songs, and then I'll accidentally knock one and sound infinitely better, and I'll go, oh, it was the tone thing. I never looked to thingy. Also, interesting fact about this guitar, my stepdad, being a right-handed man and feeling persecutory towards left-handed people such as myself, has actually put the switch for the pickups the right way round. Not the correct way round, the right-hand way round. So I'm essentially selecting neck pickup for my bridge pickup and my bridge pickup for my neck pickup, and this is a source of great consternation for me, and it insults me and my kind. If you're of a certain age and you were learning guitar in the early 2000s, you'll have read a magazine called Total Guitar. I do the thing from Total Guitar with the Grolsch bottles. If you know, you know. I can't really think about the influences as to why I wanted a Gibson Explorer type guitar. I must have just liked Metallica a lot. The problem that I have with guitars, being a left-handed person, is if I want something other than a Telecaster, a Strat with humbuckers, a Strat, or another Strat, or a shithouse Les Paul, pardon the French, you've got to get it made, and that's what I did. And I promise you, now, you'll never see me play some horrible Super Strat up here doing genty bullshit. I'm not doing that. I won't pander to it, and I won't countenance it, and I won't negotiate it with it either. So there you go. Right, so this is my pedal setup for Hoax. So as you can see, I've very basic setup. I've got a tuner because sounding untuned is not cool at all. I have a Digitech whammy pedal, and I have a Electro Harmonix silencer, the noise gate, because playing this as it is, it's just too noisy a lot of the time. I also have the channel selector, which I actually plugged in just for today. I've had it for some time and just never bothered using it. The reason being, the reason that my pedal board is the way it is because I am something of a Luddite, but also very prone to technical hitches when we're playing or whether we're practicing or whatever. And I always tend to take about twice the time, to get set up. So for me, simplicity is the key, because if it's not simple, the margin of error increases, and I tend to get quite stressed about it, both in practice and in a live setting, and when it's in a live setting you just don't want that. My tuner is a Korg Pitch Black, which I think will live with the cockroaches and Paul Chuckle into the nuclear wastelands. My Digitech Whammy, or the Bag of Tricks as it's known, it covers a lot of different things, but the main thing I tend to use it for in this band is just kind of for the octave up kind of stuff. I mean, when I was a kid, when I was learning how to play guitar, there were 3 guitarists that I loved listening to. One was James Hetfield, hence the guitar. I loved Wes Borland for the face paint, the elaborate hairdos, and the very inventive playing that he used to do. Still does, sorry Wes. And Tom Morello, because I couldn't fathom how he was making half the sounds that he did. As soon as I found out that both Wes Borland and Tom Morello used one of these, I was seeking one out. I actually got this one for 30 quid because my workplace gave me like a rewards thing for Amazon. So instead of getting it for like 90, I got it for 30, so nice one. That's what happens when you work hard, people. Not bad. So in my old band I used to use the octave down as well, and the other guitarist used to use the 7-string sometimes. So I would go along with him and he'd always be going, hey, why don't you get a 7-string as well, bro? And I was like, I'm left-handed, I'm lucky if I can find a 6-string, let alone a 7-string, and I'm not paying £2 for a 7-string. And then this silencer, which I bought on a whim just before my last gig with my old band. I plugged it in and it just worked, you know. The settings were just right as soon as I did. I have had a bit of trouble getting it to recognise the difference between just a single note and just the whole stuff that you do. But I imagine, again, because I've never bothered reading any, I'm not someone who reads manuals and stuff like that. I just plug it in and see what happens. I imagine that there's loads of stuff that both the whammy and the silencer could do for me, but I've never bothered using them. Okie dokie, so my amplifier is basically my dream amplifier that I've been wanting since I was about 16. I'm 31 now. I know this face doesn't look 31, but I've been wanting this for half of my life, and then when I did get it about 8, 9 months ago, it was brilliant. I loved it. PV6505, it's not the 6505 plus, it's just the 2-channel one. But that's all you need really for the stuff that I do. It took me a while to get used to the whole pre-gain, post-gain thing, because again, like I said, I'm a technological idiot, so it took me a while to kind of work out how they work, and I'm okay with it now, I think. I love the sound of it. I mean, I love that you can tweak it. I mean, I had a gig last Saturday where I was playing through a 4x12 Marshall cabinet, and I sounded like I was playing through a duvet. It just sounded really just kind of like quiet and muffled and stuff like that. But I just mucked around with these. Still sounded like I was playing through a duvet, but I sounded a lot better. A lot better than the other guys. I love how it just kind of, it just sounds so beefy. Monstrously so. I love it. I mean, I remember when I first heard it, it must have been, what would it? It would have been Through the Ashes of Empires, wouldn't it? Machine Head. I heard it on that, and I heard Imperium, and the bit when it goes ba-bum, and you're like, oh damn. It was a game changer, even, you know, at that age. I mean, I still listen to it now out of a case of nostalgia. I mean, Machine Head are quite divisive these days to some people, but that pure joy of just hearing the boom, boom, as well as the fast bit. That fast bit's off the hook, but the amp just sounds a monster. It's brilliant. More people should use them, and this is the thing, right? Whenever I go to punk gigs now, I mean, when I used to play metal gigs, you'd see a lot more amp variation between bands. You know, you'd see Engels, you'd even spot a Misa Boogie every now and again, which always shocked me, because you'd be like, how could you even bring that out without, like, you know, bubble wrap around it and just kind of like a man guarding it at all times? But punk gigs, it tends to be those Marshall MG ones that people used to play in high school, and orange ones, you know, the lunchbox ones and stuff like that. I did have a kind of lunchbox amp when I was in my old band. It was the Line 6 DT25, and I liked it because I was basically trying to get the sound that this does. So I went with this in the end. I was lucky, and I love it. The cabinet that I'm using, this is the Laney Ironheart 2x12. The reason I bought it was because I got a really good deal from, I think it was PMT. No, not PMT. GAC, the Brighton one. That one. They were selling this instead of $240. I got it for like $160, I think. Brand new. And this thing has been a proper workhorse. I mean, this has been over half of the country, in the back of vans. It's took a bit of a beating. Some idiots in Rill tried to snort drugs off it at one point, and it still plays. I'm told one of the unique features that this cabinet has is that, and the 4x12 as well, is that the speakers inside are angled like they would be in a big 4x12 thing, but they're not in a normal 2x12, but they are in this one. I've not really noticed much of a kind of nuance to the sounds and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not really one who quite understands how mids and highs and lows and stuff like that. I mean, look at me, come on. I don't really understand how all that works, but it works fine with everything that I've played it with. I'd be interested to hear what a Laney Ironheart sounds like. I think I've heard one once, and I mustn't have been all that impressed, otherwise I would have got one, because I'm a sucker for advertisement and stuff like that. So yeah, that's about it really, when it comes to the amp and the cab. Cobbo. Okay, so Hoax is a thrashy, grindy kind of mix of a hardcore band really. Use a lot of different stuff together, sing about a lot of angry things, not keen on Nazis, not keen on a lot of things, to be honest with you. We write a lot of stuff that we're not happy about, and we try and smash every time we go and play. It's a lot of fun, and it's very cathartic to get a lot of kind of shouty goodness out, you know, about life, you know, all kinds of different things going wrong, you know, people not happy with the government, people not happy with how things are run, how their lives are, and it's good to kind of get out and kind of shout about that really. Hopefully people get it, people are into it, and people get stompy, because that's always fun. Particularly with Nazis. Loads of gigs coming up. We've got one playing at the Blossoms in Stockport, wonderful venue. And we're playing with my old band, Cringer and the Battle Cats. We're playing with iLiquor. We're playing with the Kirks. And I believe we're playing with Flatback 4 as well. Great pub, going to be a good do. We might even have a little surprise for you, because everyone likes surprises, don't they? You just check in on the Hoax Facebook page and maybe you can find out